Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're kicking off an exciting journey with Unit 1, focusing on big changes in writing. This is part of our Mega Goal 1.1. I'm glad you're here, and I look forward to exploring these important topics with you. Over the course of this presentation, we'll cover key concepts and strategies to help you improve your writing skills and adapt to these big changes. Let's get started. Today, we're focusing on the lesson objectives for this module. First, we want to ensure that you can use capital letters correctly. This is essential for proper writing and clear communication. Next, you'll learn how to fill in a chart with the important information from an article. This skill helps organize key ideas effectively. We'll also work on taking notes on a written text, which is crucial for understanding and recalling information later. Lastly, you'll practice writing an essay about the important changes discussed. These objectives are designed to help you improve your reading, writing, and analytical skills, all of which are vital for mastering the overall theme of this presentation. Let's take a closer look at the time frame of 14 to 15. This period is quite critical because it marks a key transition point. During these years, we often see significant developments, whether in technology, policy, or societal shifts. It's important to understand that these 2 years can serve as a catalyst for change, influencing the trajectory of future events. By thoroughly examining what happens in this window, we gain insights into how early actions or innovations set the stage for later outcomes. This aligns with the overall theme of understanding cause and effect in our broader context. So, keeping an eye on this specific timeframe helps us appreciate the momentum and the ripple effects that can unfold from relatively short periods of intense activity. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. So let's look at some interesting examples of how we talk about plans, places, and things happening around us. First, Jack decided to fly to New York next Monday. This shows how we use the simple past tense with a plan or decision made about the future. It's common to express future intentions with a time reference, like next Monday. Next, my brother has never been to Dubai. This highlights the use of the present perfect tense to talk about experiences up to now. It emphasizes that the experience of visiting Dubai is something he hasn't had yet. Then, Riyadh is the capital of Saudi Arabia. This is a straightforward fact, showing how we identify major cities as capitals, which helps us understand geography better. Moving on, the telephone was invented by Graham Bell. This sentence uses the passive voice to focus on the invention itself and the person responsible, illustrating important historical facts. Now, Africa is an amazing continent. This statement expresses admiration and highlights Africa's diversity and richness. It ties into our overall theme of exploring different parts of the world. We usually go shopping on Thursday evening. Here, we talk about a habitual activity, using usually to show it's a regular part of our routine. A lot of people go away in August. This reflects a common travel pattern, as many people take vacations during the summer month of August. Finally, Lake Huron in North America is one of the largest lakes I have ever seen. This sentence emphasizes the size of Lake Huron and its location, connecting geography with personal experience. Throughout these examples, we see how different tenses and structures help us share information about plans, places, and experiences clearly and engagingly. Using capital letters can be a powerful way to emphasize key points in your communication. It's like shouting softly. It grabs attention without being aggressive. When you highlight important concepts this way, your audience is more likely to remember them. But remember, it's all about balance. Overusing it can lessen its impact. Throughout this presentation, we've been exploring how clear and impactful messaging supports effective communication. Using capital letters strategically ties into that by making sure your main ideas stand out. So, think of it as a tool to guide your audience's focus, ensuring they catch the most critical parts of your message. So, how do most people communicate nowadays? Well, with the rapid advancements in technology, our ways of staying connected have changed a lot. Today, many of us rely heavily on digital platforms like social media, messaging apps, and video calls. These tools make it quick and easy to stay in touch, no matter where we are in the world. Now, thinking about your own experience, how do you usually communicate with your friends and relatives? Do you prefer texting, calling, or maybe using social media? Most of us tend to use a combination of these methods depending on the situation. For example, quick updates might be sent through a messaging app, while more meaningful conversations happen over a phone or video call. This shift in communication methods ties into the overall theme of how our interactions are evolving. Technology has not only made communication faster, but also more flexible, allowing us to connect more frequently and conveniently. It's a fascinating change that reflects how integrated these digital tools have become in our daily lives. Let's take a moment to read the text carefully and compare it with your own ideas. As we do this, I want you to underline any new information that stands out to you. This exercise is key because it helps us identify what's already familiar and what might be new or different from what we expected. When you recognize new points, it can spark your curiosity and deepen your understanding. Remember, the goal here is to connect these insights to the overall theme of our presentation, how effective communication and continuous learning drive success. So, as we go through, think about how these ideas fit into the bigger picture and how they might influence your approach moving forward. All right, let's take a look at this open page from your student's book, page 15. This page is really important because it introduces some key concepts that will help us understand the topic better. As you can see, it's designed to engage you with interesting information and questions, encouraging you to think critically. The main idea here is to connect what you've already learned with new ideas that you'll explore further. It's like building a foundation for the next part of the lesson. Pay special attention to any visuals or highlighted words. These often give clues about what's most important. Remember, this page is not just about reading passively. It's about actively engaging with the content, making connections, and preparing yourself for what's coming next in the presentation. Keep this in mind as we move through the rest of the material. Back in 1969, the way we accessed university resources was quite different. Students had to log in remotely to university computers, which was a novel idea at the time. Fast forward to 1990, and we saw the emergence of the World Wide Web. This breakthrough connected people across the globe, transforming communication and making it easier to stay in touch with friends and family no matter where they were. However, while these advancements improved connectivity, they also brought some downsides. For instance, they can restrict face-to-face interactions, and sometimes it takes too long to contact someone, especially before instant messaging became common. In the context of learning, e-learning allows us to attend courses online, which is incredibly convenient. Yet, it also means missing out on face-to-face meetings, and physical presence was once considered essential for effective learning. On the bright side, online resources are now accessible to everyone. With tools like Google's keywords and numerous sites and documents, we save a lot of time searching for information. But it's important to remember that the quality of information can vary. Previously, obtaining reliable information was often time-consuming and costly, whereas now, while easy access is available, verifying accuracy remains crucial. Overall, these technological developments have significantly shaped how we communicate and learn, making processes more efficient, but also presenting new challenges to navigate. Let's take a moment to reflect on some key milestones in the discovery and impact of oil. In 1963, the discovery of oil marked a significant turning point, opening up new economic opportunities and shaping the development of many nations. Moving forward, we see how the positive impacts of oil have contributed to growth and prosperity in various regions. However, it's also important to recognize the challenges that come with such reliance, especially when unforeseen events occur. For example, in 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic had a profound negative impact on the global economy, including the oil industry. China, being a major player in this landscape, faced unique challenges, but also opportunities during this period. On a different note, Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030, launched in 2016, exemplifies a strategic plan to diversify the economy and reduce dependence on oil. It's a forward-looking initiative aimed at ensuring sustainable growth and stability for the future. Overall, these points highlight how discoveries and strategic planning shape economic trajectories, showing both the potential benefits and the vulnerabilities that come with such dependence. This understanding is crucial as we consider the future of energy and economic development worldwide. All right, for your homework, please review the workbook on page 226. Make sure to do the exercises labeled M. These activities are designed to reinforce the key concepts we've discussed today. Taking the time to complete these will help solidify your understanding and prepare you for the next steps. Remember, consistent practice is essential to mastering this material. So, I encourage you to approach this homework with focus and curiosity. If you encounter any difficulties, don't hesitate to revisit the earlier sections or ask questions. This is all part of the learning process, and these exercises are a great way to connect the dots and see how everything fits together. Keep up the good work.